Right now I'm heading to a class, so this is a great opportunity to do this video. In, I believe, 2005 or 2006, I can't remember, I did my very first ever article for, I think it was for guns and weapons for law enforcement, I can't remember. And from there it was just one after another after another after another. And I loved it, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed, I've always enjoyed the writing process. Ever since I was a little boy, I've always enjoyed writing. So when I got into the world of magazine writing, I started getting my hands on really interesting products, started going out to the range and running them, testing them very meticulously, and putting out articles that were well thought out, well read, well written. And a buddy of mine read my stuff and he goes, "Dude, your articles read like Tom Clancy novels. They're very interesting in how they read." And I really took that as a compliment. Ironically, I grew up here reading Tom Clancy, so, you know, in 2006 or 2007, tactical was really huge, because in 2004, the assault weapons ban, that retarded little bit of legislation, had sunsetted, and the magazine ban and that stupid modification of the AR-15 had just sort of gone away for the majority of free America. And so anyways, tactical had become a massive multi-billion dollar industry, and I was part of the machine that was putting out articles that were propagating the tactical industry. Now, with all that said, and by the way, I would actually say to you guys, I could prove all this stuff to you, or I can just simply say, take my name, enter it into Google, and watch what happens. I was part of the massive machine that was pushing tactical. And then one day, I woke up, and I said to myself, what am I doing? What am I pushing here? Am I part of the solution or am I part of the problem, is really the simple way to put it. And I really realized that I was part of the problem. Because guess what? Tactical is a joke. Tactical is tactical band camp. Simply put, when I was a police officer, my world was heavy duty armor, plate carrier, medical, extra mags, all the stuff that I needed in case we had an active killer or any number of things. And guys, I've worn that crap. I've stood behind an oak tree and watched the front door of a house and the side of a house for a guy that was in there that we knew had a rifle, that had said he was going to kill the cops when we got there, okay? Been there. I've lived that life. So glad I'm done with that phase of my life. And I'm so grateful to God that He actually allowed me to get out of that phase of my life with my marriage and my mind intact. But now that I'm a Tier 1 citizen, which means I'm hiding in plain sight, all of that stuff is irrelevant. And I would venture a guess that, actually, I'm not even going to say venture a guess because I know this to be fact. The people who are propping up the tactical industry are actually the Tier 1 citizens. The cops and the soldiers get their training for free and cheap, and they're typically not the ones that are buying the gun magazines and keeping the tactical industry alive. So if you're tracking with what I'm saying here, the people that the tactical industry is focusing on are the cops and the soldiers. And they're trying to propagate this thing that says, if you're not a Tier 1 operator, you're a nobody. Guys, this is what Tier 1 Citizen is about. That's why I actually chose the name Tier 1 Citizen. Because I was building a rifle for a friend, and he knows that from time to time I've had the opportunity to train with Tier 1 operators, and he says, hey, what do you see the Tier 1 operators running? And I said, who cares what the Tier 1 operators are running? Be a Tier 1 citizen. Be the best regular guy that you can be. That's it. That's where Tier 1 Citizen was born from. And what I said to him and what I say to you is, ignore tactical. Trust me, ignore tactical. It's a joke. It's tactical band camp. And by the way, the EDC community, which I really was hoping was going to go somewhere, has been hijacked by tactical and has now been turned into this retarded amalgam of tactical. And it's pushing the same stupid junk, which is why if you go to social media, what do you see? You see photograph after photograph after photograph of pocket dumps or these little sexy shots of guns posed, and you don't really see videos of people that are actually going out to training, subjecting themselves to firearms instructors, listening, learning, trying new techniques, trying things out, trying equipment, giving you a real proper view of something. Our industry is not propagated by guys standing in front of green screens and telling you the latest firearms news. And these people go to SHOT Show, and I've been going to SHOT Show for so long now that several years ago, I remembered when the National Sports Shooting Foundation had to put out a list of rules and regulations for firearms media, telling them, us, because I'm a part of them, telling us, just because your SHOT Show badge has media on it, doesn't mean that you get to stroll into a booth and start photographing product without permission from the people in the booth. Firearms media now is not what firearms media was when I got into this gig. Firearms media now seems to be truly out of control, and they are what I refer to as tactical toddlers who have no brain-mouth filter and no emotional brakes whatsoever. And I say these things to you guys now without any reservation, without any concern that I'm stepping on toes, because I really don't care. I've seen a lot of stuff in this tactical industry that's being put up by manufacturers who are trying drastically to stay financially on their feet, and they're putting out trash. And the general public is just lapping it up. I don't know if videos like this are going to help or hinder, but guys, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep doing my best to give you guys good information and to try to save you money, because the one thing that I've consistently heard from my customers and from my viewers is, thank you for saving me money. There are customers who have bought from me who will tell you, and I urge you guys that have bought from me to get on this video and post your comments. I have repeatedly had customers say, yeah, I want this, that, and the other, and I go, no, you think you do. Let me explain to you why you don't. And in the end, they go, thank you for saving me money. Thank you for selling me what I needed versus what I wanted. And I do that even to my own hurt, because if and I'm going to use the word let or allow. If I allow a customer to add a bunch of extra things to their gun, you're just putting money in my pocket. And that's all fine and dandy to some people, but guys, the fact of the matter is, I would rather put you in what you need than allowing you to buy something that you think you need based on what the tactical industry is telling you. So, as always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one.